In Spider-Man No Way Home, we saw that multiple villains from previous movies got transported over to the MCU. Sony attempted to connect their disjointed universe to the MCU through Venom and bring Michael Keaton's Vulture over in Morbius. And before Strange succeeded in casting a spell, we saw about 7 more characters, including Kraven the Hunter, Rhino, Black Cat, Scorpion, and a few others. While now speaking to Empire, No Way Home co-writer Chris McKenna said, Eddie Brock makes it to the MCU, but he never makes it out of a bar. But there were versions where he showed up earlier. We were gonna try to have him show up at the Statue of Liberty for the final fight, and we were even toying with having him stuck in the Lincoln Tunnel. I think the way it was done was the best outcome we could have gotten. While seeing Tom's Spider-Man take on Venom, with a quip from Tobey Maguire about how that Venom was different would have been cool, it wouldn't have made much sense story-wise, as there wasn't, and really still isn't, any connection between Spider-Man and Venom in the MCU. Sure, Venom has his hive mind thing, but seeing how Sony has really tried to make Eddie Brock more of an anti-hero, and he doesn't let Venom eat brains or anything, I find it hard to believe that Eddie Brock would just blindly go along with what Venom's saying and go after Spider-Man. In my opinion, it really would have just made everything more confusing. Next, we have an update from Atlanta Filming on the current status of some of the upcoming projects in the MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 wraps the first week of May, and the last day is a stunt driving sequence. And this was corroborated by James Gunn himself, who said that there were only 13 days left of filming. Echo and Blue Beetle are next to film here, and he's talking about Atlanta, Georgia. Madam Web and Silver Sable start later in Boston. Now, as far as I've heard, there isn't a solo Silver Sable project. Instead, it's rumored that Sydney Sweeney may be playing Silver Sable in the Madam Web film. However, there was originally planned to have a Silver Sable and Black Cat movie, so it's definitely possible that a Silver Sable movie is in development and we just didn't know about it. Then Ironheart will start in Atlanta and film in Chicago. In the UK, you have Kraven, which is already behind schedule. Deadpool 3 should then start in Vancouver. Blade will follow Ironheart in Atlanta/New Orleans, but VFX is backed up 4 to 6 months. And like I talked yesterday, She-Hulk might have been delayed because the VFX was so far behind, with Marvel Studios even sending it out to different locations to help speed up the process, and Casey Walsh saying that his source mentioned that the VFX is a problem and that it's currently bottlenecked. However, even with all the problems aside, you can see that we have quite a few different projects that will start production soon. We've also heard before from different sources of when a couple of these projects will be filming. According to the casting site, Echo is set to film from late April to late August. Madam Web is set to start filming in May. Ironheart, according to the trades, will start filming in June. According to Owen Wilson, Loki Season 2 will also start filming in June, and Deadpool 3 will start sometime in June or July. According to the trades, Blade is supposed to start filming in July, but Charles Murphy is saying September. And from what we've heard, Captain America 4, World War Hulk, and the Daredevil reboot will all start production in late 2022 or early 2023. So I'm assuming that Daredevil and World War Hulk already have writers attached, but because they're connected to She-Hulk, they're waiting for that show to come out first to officially announce them. And due to the delays, we're probably gonna have to wait a bit longer. They're also probably currently looking for directors for all 3 of those projects, as well as for Agatha House of Harkness and Armor Wars, which starts filming this fall. But we unfortunately don't have any news for what everyone's probably the most excited for, the Fantastic Four. Although we know that John Watts will direct it, and Marvel Studios has most likely already cast the main 4 characters, it seems like they might wait until Phase 5 to actually release that movie. And lastly, I would assume that many of you came to the same conclusion, or that it's already been talked about by other YouTubers, but it seems like Jake Lockely was already introduced in Moon Knight Episode 3. We know that Stephen Grant doesn't do any of the fighting. He's just not experienced enough. He's shy, he's frankly just scared and confused of everything, and 90% of the time when he does have control, Mark immediately takes it back for the big fights. So we know that a majority of the fights that took place in the beginning of Episode 3 weren't Stephen Grant. However, although we've been led to believe that Marc Spector does all the fighting, and that the trails of blood we see were caused by him, every time that he woke up in Episode 3, he had no memory of the events either, and kept asking Stephen what he had done. While initially it didn't seem like Jake would appear in the show, it has actually been confirmed by Guardian.com. In an article that came out a day before the show, they mentioned that in addition to his sideline in dispensing justice and vengeance, at various points, Marc Spector's a New York taxi driver, a meek gift shop employee, and the representative on Earth of the Egyptian moon god Khonshu. And if you're familiar with the comics, you'll know that Jake Lockely is a taxi driver. I also have a feeling that each of the episodes will focus on one of the 3 main personalities. The first 2 are mainly focused on Stephen Grant, the second 2 will be focused on Marc Spector, and possibly the last 2 will be focused on Jake Lockely. The only thing I'm wondering is, when Jake Lockely takes over, does he just fight with his fist, or does he have a completely brand new suit? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about all this. Would you have liked to see Venom appear in the final fight in Spider-Man No Way Home? Which of these projects that are filming soon are you most excited for? Blade, Deadpool 3, or any of the others? And do you think that Jake Lockely was really taking control, or that he'll have a different suit? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.